What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So I can't wait until the next episode of Winning Time comes on later on at night. I usually look at it on HBO Plus after the original airing on HBO. I look at it on HBO Plus, what I'm saying, lay down, put my earphones in, and just chill out and look at it and then take my ass to bed. I love this damn docu-series. But I meant to talk about this yesterday. Just didn't have the time to do it. All right. So those of you who watched the last episode, right, last week, are aware that Mike Epps had a cameo as the late great Richard Pryor, right? And I think he did a fantastic job. But there's one person who didn't think that he did such a great job, and that is Richard Pryor's widow. Okay. Um, she felt as if though Mike Epps was doing an impression or a caricature of Richard Pryor, and that wasn't quote the essence. I'm paraphrasing. I don't have everything in front of me. I'm just kind of going off memory. It was a. It's not the essence of Richard, and it's sort of like a white guilt, uh, racist version of Richard Pryor. That's not something he would have said, like the stuff that he said in the show. And at the end of the day, I watched enough Richard Pryor movies. I've listened to enough Richard Pryor stand up to know that what he said as Richard Pryor in character was very much what Mike Epps said. Now, just in person, like how can I say this? Out of character, being Richard Pryor, we haven't the closest thing we got to that was when he was having a conversation with Magic about being a celebrity and stardom. And that sounded like a real honest conversation that he had in the show. Not saying it actually happened, but it sounded like an authentic, real conversation. But all the other stuff, we got the white women and bitches and cocaine and well, that's redundant saying white women and bitches, but the white bitches and cocaine and all this shit. That's like something Richard Pryor would have said in a stand up. So I don't know what her beef is. The only thing I can think of, she want a piece of the pie. You know what I'm saying? She want a piece of the pie. She claims that they didn't tell her that he was gonna be portraying Richard Pryor. Look, at the end of the day, Mike Epps was personally handpicked by Richard Pryor himself. Okay, personally, toward the end of his life, and Mike Epps spent a lot of time with Richard Pryor in the last couple years of his life. He personally picked Mike Epps to play him in a documentary, which should have happened years ago. So I don't give a fuck what she says or what her issue is. If the man himself handpicked Mike Epps, I don't care what her issue is. Okay, I think he did a damn good job for such a small role. Hope I see him more, but unfortunately, I'm assuming that this is sometime around late 1979, and as we all know, 1980 was not a good year for Richard Pryor. First of all, we got to remember this: 1979, 1980, historically, just if you know anything about Richard Pryor, that was a bad fucking time for him. This is when Richard Pryor, his drug usage was at an all-time high. This is when he was damn near becoming psychotic. Well, I don't want to say psychotic, but when he was high, he was at times close to psychosis. Like his career was in shambles in some ways because of his drug usage, and it led to that unfortunate accident and or suicide attempt, depending on how you look at it, that happened in June of 1980. So let's be real about what this time period is. He was out of control. He was using drugs heavily. Um, this isn't the Richard Pryor of, say, the late '80s. Okay, this is Richard gone crazy and shit. But anyway, tell me what you guys think.